Hi, I'm Eugene Chausovsky, and I'm here with Europe analyst Christoph Helbling to discuss Eurozone integration. Christoph, in our analysis, we break down the current efforts at integration within the Eurozone. How do you see these efforts evolving in the coming months?
I think it's important to highlight that the Eurozone will be kind of running on two tracks in the coming months. On the one hand, they'll be managing the financial crisis in the short term with the tools they have created. We'll see social discontent in peripheral states like Spain, Greece, and Portugal. And as you point out, Eurozone will be discussing longer-term integration efforts. Now, October, November, they'll be discussing first proposals. There's by no means going to be anything concrete decided, but they will be discussing of forming a banking union to have stricter oversight over the banks in the Eurozone in order to allow for direct bailouts of troubled banks. They will also be discussing forms of fiscal integration that will take several years. Political integration will be proposed by some countries. So those are kind of the three broad themes that the Eurozone will be discussing in the coming months.
Mm-hmm. And one of the main trends that we've identified is a growing division between those countries that are in the Eurozone and the EU countries that are outside of the currency bloc. Can you address some of those issues for us?
Yeah, as you say, the Eurozone is pursuing deeper integration, and it is currently just a currency union, but this will change with these integration efforts. And the countries outside the Eurozone have to decide how they position themselves towards this evolving group. Some countries I would pick that are worth highlighting are the UK, Poland, and Hungary.
Right. So the UK is, it's one of the most outspoken critics of things like the banking union that's been brought up. What's London's broader strategy towards the Eurozone?
I think London, on the one hand, seeks European integration to ensure that there's no strong continental bloc that could threaten the country. But on the other hand, it doesn't want to give up sovereignty in order to be part of this deeper integration effort, and therefore it is being continuously sidelined. We saw this with the fiscal compact last year, where the UK, together with the Czech Republic, stayed out of the fiscal compact, while the other 25 EU countries all participated in the stronger fiscal integration efforts. So London will become less relevant in the decision-making process regarding Eurozone issues, regarding EU efforts to overcome the crisis in general. And I think we will also see London sometimes trying to block these integration efforts, just where it sees it getting too dangerous for the country's, for example, financial sector.
And another important country to watch in all of this is Poland, which has actually seen growth throughout the financial crisis, one of the few European countries to have done so. And they, just like the UK, are outside of the currency bloc. But in terms of Poland, it's an interesting country to watch in that their enthusiasm to joining the Eurozone has really tempered down in the last couple of years. They were on track previously to join, and now we're seeing statements out of the top government officials that they're basically in a wait-and-see mode, that they don't currently feel comfortable with proceeding with accession, as they don't know exactly how the Eurozone crisis and how all of these integration efforts, like the banking union, will play out. And they also, just like the UK, have problems with not having a big voice at the table when it comes to the decision-making on the banking union, but still having to abide by its rules. So that should be a country to watch in the coming years.
I guess where I would differentiate a bit, though, from the UK is that Poland, just for its geographic location, is more interested to be part of these integration efforts as they go along. It doesn't want to be wedged between a strong power to its west and to its east. So we do see that Poland is less hesitant than the UK to be involved in these talks. For example, it did join the fiscal compact and is highlighting how important it is that the EU 10 countries are not sidelined in any deeper Eurozone integration efforts.
Right. And another interesting country that's in Central Eastern Europe, just like Poland, is Hungary, which has seen its fair share of political challenges. And this has also had an impact on the Eurozone, its position on the Eurozone.
Yes, it's a country that on a higher level is oriented towards Europe for security reasons. It wants to distance itself from Russia, from Turkey, but where the current political environment has led to some Euroscepticism, just because Viktor Orban, who's in power since 2010, he gained two-thirds majority in parliament and is trying to consolidate his power. And in doing so, he is taking measures that the EU opposes, and that creates tension and leads Hungary to be more Eurosceptic in a sense when it comes to the current integration efforts. But we should not forget that Hungary did join the fiscal compact, for example. So it is still oriented towards Western Europe.
Sure. All right. Well, thank you, Christoph. We'll have to leave it there. And thank you for watching.